When you said that the people across the border are rapists and murderers.
No. We're talking about illegal immigration, and everybody understands it. And you know what? That's a typical case. Wait. That's a typical case of the press with misinterpretation. They take a half a sentence. They take a half a sentence. By the way, they take a half a sentence, and they take a quarter of a sentence. They put it all together. It's a typical thing. And you're with Telemundo, and Telemundo should be ashamed. And I'll tell you something. What's really going to be fun? I'm right now suing Univision for $500 million. And I want to tell you, we're going to win a lot of money because of what they do. So I want to just, again, I want to thank you. No, you're finished. You've obviously been proven.
Finally, Obama has a challenger in Donald Trump. You know, I'd love to see Trump debate Barack Obama without a teleprompter. I'd like to see the real Barry from Honolulu versus the real Donald Trump. Welcome to the Savage Nation, hour number 2. Of course, the biggest news of the day and of the whole campaign is Donald Trump's on the border with Mexico. And let's see, he's not on FoxNews.com. No reportage of it. The New York Daily News refuses to post any story about Donald Trump that I can see. The press is doing to him what they've done to all true conservatives for as long as I've been in the radio business, which is what the Soviet Union used to do to dissidents during the era of Solzhenitsyn, which is they would ignore you and make believe you didn't exist, which was worse than imprisoning you. Because if you were imprisoned, at least you could write a book and have a following. So the Soviet tactics being pursued right now by the children of Murdoch and the others in the media is pretty apparent to me. And yet the people love Donald Trump. And the only thing I would suggest is that Donald Trump get a different hat for his appearances in the Mexican border. I think a white golf hat really doesn't work. Perhaps a cowboy hat would have worked. But nevertheless, aside from the sartorial problems, I think that his taking on the Telemundo reporter and putting the Mexican reporter in his place was just so pleasant to listen to. Suddenly, an American candidate didn't get on his hands and knees and say, please love me. Please, did I offend you some way? Did I offend Hispanic people in some way? What can I do to make up for it? I'm so sorry because I've had white privilege all my life. No, he didn't do that. He said, you're done. And by the way, he did it without any viciousness. He didn't do it with any anger. You could see the guy has a lot of Reagan in him, incidentally. I'll be the first but not the last to note that even though he was provoked by that low-life reporter from Telemundo who said, do you think all Mexicans are rapists? He says, no. You take a piece of this and a piece of that. I've had it done to me here my whole life. And yet he's handling it better than I do. I'm a little hot-headed for anything. I'm too hot-headed for anything but radio. And that's why I never ran for office. And this guy is showing me a lot of dignity, showing he has a lot of dignity.